King Von allegedly dropped $100,000 to have FBG Duck killed, then celebrated with matching chains for his crew. Behind hip-hop's biggest legends stood a man prosecutors say ruled through violence and terror. Bloodhound Lil Jeff claimed 11 bodies before getting sprayed up himself.
Lil Jeff came out of nowhere, actually. Like, I didn't know who he was until he jumped on the screen, and he was like, I got 8 bodies.
And believe it or not, these aren't even the worst ones. In this video, we're breaking down the most dangerous rappers in the world. Let's get into it. King Von. King Von wasn't just a rapper telling street stories. His music felt real because it came from a life deeply entangled with violence. Born Davin Bennett and raised in Chicago's infamous O Block, Von built a reputation that extended far beyond platinum records. Among fans and critics alike, his name became linked not only to drill music, but to some of the city's darkest rumors. In 2021, previously sealed police documents surfaced, alleging that Von was responsible for the 2014 murder of 17-year-old Gakira K.I. Barnes, a reputed Gangster Disciples member who herself had been linked to violent crimes. Witnesses described a hooded gunman firing multiple shots before fleeing the scene. While no charges were ever brought against Von, the streets long believed they knew who pulled the trigger. Von's name appeared again in federal investigations tied to Chicago's ongoing gang conflicts. His associate DeAndre Fields was indicted in the 2017 killing of Baton Rouge rapper G Money, a rival linked to diss tracks targeting Von's circle. Even more explosive were FBI documents alleging that Von had offered money for the murder of rival rapper FBG Duck in 2020. A confidential informant claimed the offer began at $50,000 and later doubled. Duck was killed in August 2020, though Von was never charged in connection to the crime. After his death, online documentaries went even further, controversially labeling Von Rapp's first serial killer and accusing him of up to 10 murders, claims that sparked backlash and debate over ethics, evidence, and sensationalism. Ironically, Von's life ended in the same violence that defined his image. On November 6, 2020, a confrontation outside an Atlanta hookah lounge erupted into a shootout involving members of Quando Rondo's camp. Von was fatally shot and later pronounced dead. The man charged with killing him, Timothy Lultim Leaks, was released in 2023 under Georgia's Stand Your Ground law.
King Von is one of the only few demons we done seen die who professed out of his mouth. The Bible says, what's in your heart, it go come out of your mouth. He said, I'm a demon, man, I'm on demon time. So he one of the only demons, and he was a powerful demon.
Von's music told the stories of his alleged victims with chilling detail. Tracks like Took Her to the O and Crazy Story weren't just entertainment. They were allegedly confessions wrapped in beats. His ability to transform real violence into compelling narratives made him both a talented storyteller and one of rap's most dangerous figures. Suge Knight. Suge Knight wasn't a rapper, but he was the puppet master behind some of hip-hop's deadliest moments. As the co-founder and CEO of Death Row Records, Knight used violence and intimidation as business tools, creating an empire built on fear that ultimately led to multiple deaths and his own downfall.
The controversial CEO of Death Row Records,
the most feared figure in all of hip-hop.
His size was intimidating.
Knight had been on probation for a 1992 assault on 2 aspiring rappers.
On January 29, 2015, Marion Suge Knight was involved in a fatal hit-and-run incident in Compton, California that killed 55-year-old businessman Terry Carter. Surveillance footage showed Knight driving a Ford F-150 and striking Carter and filmmaker Cleabone Sloan following a confrontation outside Tam's Burgers. Knight claimed he acted in self-defense, alleging Sloan threatened him with a gun, an accusation Sloan denied. In September 2018, Knight pleaded no contest to voluntary manslaughter and was sentenced to 28 years in prison under California's 3 strikes law. However, this incident was only the latest chapter in Knight's long history of violence and intimidation. In 1992, he assaulted 2 aspiring musicians in a Hollywood recording studio, resulting in felony convictions. 3 years later, he pleaded no contest to armed robbery and assault with a firearm. Receiving 5 years of probation as CEO of Death Row Records, Knight developed a reputation for brutal business practices. allegedly using gang members and violence to enforce contracts. In 2008, he was arrested for assaulting his girlfriend and threatening her with a knife, along with drug possession charges. Knight has also been repeatedly linked, though never charged, to the unsolved murders of Tupac Shakur and the notorious B.I.G. Tupac was fatally shot in 1996 while riding in a car driven by Knight, and rumors later claimed Knight ordered Biggie's killing as retaliation, allegations that remain unproven to this day. Bloodhound Lil Jeff. Bloodhound Lil Jeff may have had the shortest career on this list, but his alleged body count made him one of the deadliest killers in Chicago drill history. Born Jeffrey Lamar Harris Jr., Jeff claimed responsibility for multiple murders before his own violent death in 2024.
Lil Jeff came out of nowhere, actually. Like, I didn't know who he was until he jumped on the screen and he was like, I got 8 bodies. I'm like, what the who is this? Like, I ain't never heard of him. He just pop up and say he got 8 bodies.
Lil Jeff was suspected in the January 26, 2024, double homicide of Chicago high school students Monterio Williams, Monty, and Robert Boston, Lil Rob, in the Loop area. He allegedly hinted at his involvement in his song Ah, released less than a month later, with lyrics like, he was screaming ah when he got hit, interpreted as mocking the victims.
2 kids got killed at school in Chicago. Nobody knew who did it. I'm talking about the next 40 minutes, you will see Lil Jeff emerge on Instagram, YouTube, and that I did it.
Social media posts, including a now-deleted Instagram story, suggest he boasted about the killings, claiming 10 hats, slang for murders, with the last 2 as graduation caps to signify the students. Unverified rumors allege Jeff claimed responsibility for up to 11 murders, though these claims stem from his social media boasts and lyrics but lack specific details or official corroboration.
And bragging about him. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I seen that. Yeah, I did see that. They said it. They said they taking hits out of Milwaukee. I seen Lil Jeff and them say it. Like the kids who got killed at the school.
Jeff's violent lifestyle caught up with him on June 8, 2024. He was killed on the 6,600 block of South Rhodes Avenue in Chicago while reportedly chasing a rival during a gang-related drill. Surveillance footage widely circulated online shows him being shot 12 to 15 times and collapsing. As a member of the Bloodhound Gang, also known as Braindead, Wiz City, or Drill City, Jeff was involved in Chicago's violent street culture. His music, particularly tracks like Ah and Bloody Family, contained self-incriminating lyrics that reportedly referenced real murders, making him both a talented storyteller and one of the most dangerous figures in Chicago's drill scene. Sean Diddy Combs. Sean Diddy Combs didn't just build Bad Boy Records. He allegedly built a criminal empire that spans decades of violence and exploitation. This ain't about his Grammy wins or his business ventures. This is about the dark legacy that makes him one of the deadliest figures in hip-hop history. The violence started early in Diddy's career. In 1991, a charity event he promoted led to a stampede that killed 9 people and injured nearly 30. No criminal charges were filed, but the families of the victims came for him in civil court. This was just the beginning of a pattern that would define his entire career, death and violence following in his wake. But the real deadly reputation comes from what happened behind closed doors. Multiple lawsuits, including one from ex-girlfriend Cassie Ventura, accused him of rape, sex trafficking, and physical abuse over their decade-long relationship. The lawsuit detailed how he allegedly coerced her into sexual acts with others during freak-offs, drugged her, and physically assaulted her. Hotel surveillance footage from 2016 captured one such assault, providing undeniable evidence of his violent nature.
My behavior on that video is inexcusable. I take full responsibility for my actions in that video. I'm disgusted. I was disgusted then when I did it, I'm disgusted now.
By October 2024, Sean Diddy Combs was facing at least 10 civil lawsuits from both women and men, accusing him of sexual assault, rape, and abuse dating back to the 1990s. In the same month, attorneys announced more than 100 additional lawsuits, suggesting a pattern of alleged misconduct spanning decades. In September 2024, federal authorities arrested Diddy on charges including sex trafficking, racketeering conspiracy, and transportation to engage in prostitution. If convicted, he could face life in prison. As of June 2025, the trial is ongoing, with prosecutors portraying him as the head of a criminal enterprise that used violence, intimidation, and fear to control victims. Past incidents continue to resurface. The 1999 Club New York shooting and a 2015 UCLA altercation, fueling claims that fame and power once protected him. What makes this case truly chilling isn't just the alleged acts, but the culture of fear surrounding his empire.